Well, Deloris, hello. I am so glad you're here with us today. Thanks for taking time to talk with us on a Monday. I appreciate that. We're so glad you're here. So we're just going to ask you a couple questions and find out a little bit more about what God's doing at Glorious Light Church and how Amplify has helped you be more efficient and impact your community. So if you would, let's start with, can you give us a little bit of background on Glorious Light and how the ministry is going there?
So Glorious Light was a church plant. My husband is a pastor, but we had served in our home ministry for almost like 16 years. And so he finally got the nudge from God, like, okay, it's time to do this. It's time to step out. We've been talking about this for a while. And, we had a community Bible study in our neighborhood that we did every first Saturday of the month that grew for like 5 years. That's just part of what God had told him to do. And I assisted him there as I needed to. But when we launched the church, we talk about all the founding papers and people need to do, but you never really talk about how you're going to collect offerings and how you're going to make sure things are done. So you do the government stuff with all the charitable stuff, but what does the day-to-day look like? So, to be honest with you, we started out, everything's on paper because I'm a healthcare administrator by profession. I made an Excel spreadsheet. We did all these different little things or whatever, but it was so time consuming to do that.
You guys are obviously in the Chicago area. What's your total weekly attendance look like right now?
Weekly attendance is about 200. And so that's not bad because, like I said, because we're a church without walls. So we have Sunday morning worship, but we have things throughout the week. So that whole week encompasses about 200 people that come in. And the thing I think everybody likes is that they can give whenever they feel like giving. I shouldn't say feel like giving.
Sure.
If I get paid on a Tuesday, we see giving on a Tuesday. So it's just not Sunday morning. People, they give whenever it hits them. And I was like, so when you transition to online giving, I realized that people are committed because it just doesn't happen on Sunday. It happens all week long. And that really speaks to people having that on their heart and wanting to give, that you have an area where they can stop and do that right away. That part I really like. Yeah.
We are so grateful that you are loving our platform and maximizing the platform, but we want to know kind of what happens with that money in your community. What are you doing to show the love of Jesus, through those funds?
It was never about us just coming to Sunday morning, having worship in Sunday school and ministry in Bible study. We actually developed a second component to us, which is the Timothy Community Corporation, and we call it the Timothy Center, where we have leadership classes, we do health and wellness, we have a literacy program, and those fundings allow us to be able to do those type of ministries. So we read to kids in Chicago, we call it area, so that's area 10 and 17. All the elementary schools, we have people that donate books, so we're able to do book drives and people donate monies in. We built little free libraries throughout the community with other non-for-profits, and they painted them in their logos. And so authors donate books. You can put books in, you can take books out. Because in Chicago, not every school has a library, but we develop resources where we can get books into kids' hands, especially those in pre-K up to third grade. And then we have other authors that will donate. We developed a fitness center. So it allows people to come in and work out for free. So that through that, they can come out and work out, do a Zumba class, they can do a kickboxing or different things. We even have a cycle room, 20 bikes, and they can come in and work out. So we partner with them to say, people that have these concerns, even our congregants, they can come in and get these resources for free. So we can look at those monies and look at those resources and see how we can champion in those areas. And through that, they'll work with our health component of our ministry. Anybody that has any concerns, they'll follow them, track them, and help them do the research about how they can get it down and what they need to do. So I'm telling you, this thing works, but having the efficiencies that it allows us and to cross those things over through our platforms, man, it is really nice to do. So I know people talk about other stuff, but the growth that it's given us, we wouldn't have been able to do it without having the system. I don't see how it could happen.
Okay, so going from an Excel spreadsheet, and you had said, I would have to go through all these files. So now, how efficient is it utilizing the Amplify Giving platform? How's that helping you?
Listen, we're balancing books every month. And that bank statement comes, We're pulling it up, reconciling everything, and we are so good to go. It has been, because even though we have to use QuickBooks as an agent to do that, you guys cross right over to that, and we can use those systems as well too. So yeah, it just makes it really nice and clean. And these are the types of things that we want to be able to grow, because like I said, it just speaks to the stewardship that we want to make sure that we keep up with, because this is not our money. This is God's money, but we want the people that are actually donating it in to know that we really take it serious about how we facilitate these things as well too. So yeah, we're excited. And they tease me because they're like, man, you're the only person I know that gets giving statements out before the 20th of the month. But it's like, when you're doing it that way, it's seamless. And so, like I said, it's about the stewardship, and we just want to be good stewards of what we receive in. Yeah.
Again, this is kind of a quick, Q&A session together, but if you've got any advice for anyone that would be considering using Amplify, what would you say to them?
Take the leap. I wasn't an expert at this thing, but when I got the information and I read it through, and you guys were willing to walk us through and support what needed, that was what I received. And so that's what we need to do. Not be afraid of the technology. Do not be afraid of doing this. It's very easy to use. If there's a report I couldn't figure out, I could send a note saying, how do I handle this one, or what I need to do? Or I just sat there and played with it till I felt really comfortable with what I needed to know. But I think we should not operate it just seems easy, so I'm going to do this. And then we looked at the fees. We compared them. So all those things were good. So we didn't have any compound. Even when we fill out the PCI information, it was all straightforward. I mean, all of it. So we felt that we were in a good place. We know we have other sister churches to use other products, but this is the one that we're going to stick with, because we believe in what it has, and it's worked very well for us. And the integrity of it is there. So that's what we really liked.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Deloris, again, for your time. We appreciate you so much.
Appreciate you guys too.